If you've chosen to go the route of working out at home with some equipment, mostly dumbbells, a few bands, things like that, I'm going to take you through the same dynamic warm-up routine that I go through before I work out. So I've got here a stretchy neoprene band. You can use an elastic band. That works just as well. I like these better because they're a little bit stronger. They give me a better warm-up. I've got two 10-pound dumbbells. I've got a pretty light band here. And then I've got a 20-pound dumbbell underneath here. So you can vary that up however you need to, right? Do the weights that you need to do that work best for your body. So I'm gonna put this around the legs and just above the knees. So not right across the kneecaps, but just above the kneecaps. We're gonna stand up and get into a little bit of a squat stance. And from here, I'm just gonna take little steps sideways in both directions. So by getting down into a little bit of a squat stance, I'm already putting my hips and my glutes and my knees in a more active position, meaning if the joints are bent, they can't just rest on top of each other, right? The ligaments and the bones are doing most of the work if I'm just standing upright. But the second I get down here, my muscles all have to contract in order to keep me in that position. So maintain this squat stance, and we'll go back and forth. I don't know, depending on how far you go, 5 to 10 times. If I'm only taking these short little steps like this, I could do this 10 times each direction. But if I were to go all the way across the garage and all the way back, I'd probably go 5 times in each direction. That's a little bit more challenging. So we're gonna keep the band in that same spot, widen the feet just a little bit, and then we're gonna perform body weight squats without letting the band pull the knees together. So by doing this, by keeping the knees and the legs active, by pulling the band apart, it's gonna really make our glutes fire a little bit harder and warm up those muscles a little bit more. So we'll do about 10 to 15 reps of those, and then we are done with that band for now. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my band here. We're gonna hold it straight out in front of me, and we're gonna pull that band apart until it touches your chest. You can do this sitting down like I'm doing, or you can do it standing up. It won't change it one bit. So if I turn to the side, this is what it looks like. We're keeping the elbows nice and straight, and we're just pulling the band apart until you touch the chest. So this is gonna warm up the upper back muscles, your shoulder muscles, muscles that connect from the upper back to the lower back, muscles that connect the upper back up into the neck. So we'll do 10 to 15 repetitions of that exercise. Same band. We're gonna put it behind the back, and then we're gonna use it just like you're doing a chest press. So the nice thing about using the band with these two warm-up exercises is that you have all the control over the resistance. You can use a thicker band if you need to, you can use a lighter band if you need to, or if this feels too difficult or too easy, you can change your hand position. So choke up to get more of a resistance, take some more slack up on there, or give yourself more slack if you need to, if it's too difficult for you. All right, so we'll do those two exercises, 10 to 15 reps, both of those. We're gonna grab a hold of the dumbbells here. We're gonna hold these down on either side of your leg, and then we're gonna bring your feet pretty far forward here. So it's not stacked like 90 degrees. We're gonna get these out of the way so that the dumbbells can come under your legs as you bring your chest down on top of your knees. From this position, bring the weights out to the side like so. So if you'll notice, I'm keeping my elbows bent just a little bit. So when I do that, it's gonna put more of an emphasis on muscles that retract my shoulder blades and bring my arms into a abducted position or horizontally abducted position once you're bent over that way. So it's gonna really work the muscles in the upper back and in the shoulders. If you keep your elbows straight, that's perfectly fine. It just makes it a little bit more difficult and tougher on your joints because the lever arm is a little bit longer. So I like to keep a little bit of a bend in the elbows when I do that. Last but not least, we're gonna use this 20-pound weight to perform one arm rows. So one knee here, one hand here, and then we're gonna start the lawnmower with this hand. So I like to let my body rotate a little bit here because our body and our limbs are not independent of each other. And this is more of a natural motion. So not only am I warming up my lat, my bicep, my upper back, but I'm getting the small little muscles up and down my spine that control rotation, concentrically and eccentrically, involved in that motion as well. So with all of these, something like 10 to 15 repetitions, or for about 30 seconds with each one, it should not take you very long to get through this. By the end of it, you should feel like you pretty much got every part of your body at least involved in some some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions about any of that, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to walk you through it.